You Chinese people started the China virus. Look what you have done. Can't you stop eating bats and dogs and other wildlife animals?
I was born and raised in Wuhan. Before COVID-19, nobody knows the city. They'll ask me, is it close to Beijing or Shanghai? And now everybody knows where I came from, although not in the best way.
Chinese are so loud, speaking their ridiculous dialect and stuff. And they talk really fast too, so stressful to listen to. And they laugh and gaggle at the top of their lungs. Achoo!
喂，我早就到了呀，你在哪儿呢？啊？喂？喂？喂？ There are some societies where people are expected to avoid being noisy and they behave accordingly. Then there's China. In Chinese public places like the restaurant, it's not a place for peace and quiet. It is a world of noise and excitement. There is a word in Chinese called 热闹, which essentially means lively and bustling with excitement. It is part of the Chinese culture. We use all opportunities to create lots of noise, no matter if it's a wedding or a funeral or Chinese New Year. We light up fireworks, turn up the music, and laugh too loud. It's a good thing to be lively and loud in the Chinese culture. The truth is, we're used to a noisy environment and we hang out in groups. When you communicate to a crowd, you have to be loud to be heard. And the old habits can't change easily, even when we live outside China.
Chinese have poor hygiene. They spit everywhere and they don't use a tissue to blow their nose. That's how the virus exploded there. And they don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom because there's no soap. What's up with that?
Unfortunately, this one I have to agree. There is a general lack of hygiene awareness among the Chinese, which I dare say is one big problem. Before COVID-19, there's still a majority of people who believe that washing hands with just water is enough. And there's another reason I believe results from a lack of participation in local affairs. For a long time, local citizens don't have a say in managing their own local environment. Public affairs became governmental affairs, and eventually no one feels responsible to keeping public area clean.
Chinese eat weird things and everything. They eat dogs and cats, including their pets.
No, that's stupid. We don't eat dogs.
Oh yes you do. When you go to Baidu, you'll find dog meat restaurants all over the country. And we've seen photos of your dog eating festival.
The truth is, some Chinese people do, but not their pets. And the Chinese would despise another Chinese for eating dog, especially dog lovers. It was during the Great Chinese Famine when there was no food, some people started eating dog meat. China is a large country with more than 1 billion people. Statistics show that only a small minority of them do eat dog meats. And to them, there's no difference between dog or pig or cow or any other animals.
All Chinese look alike with their slanty eyes and black hair. Hi Sissy, haven't seen you in ages.
I'm sorry, I'm not Sissy.
Are you sure? You must be her sister then.
No.
Cousin?
No?
Are you related in any way?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, you guys look exactly the same.
Yeah, right. We too have different eye shapes, different hairstyles, and different shades of skin. It isn't that we all look the same, it's that you aren't looking for the ways in which they differ. Once you start really looking, you begin to start really seeing.
Chinese are bad drivers.
What you talking about? They're so skillful at handling the traffic, they just don't follow rules sometimes.
Listen, do you guys want to borrow my car and take a spin around the city?
No thanks Dad, we're good. I got some American friends back in China and they're all so terrified when it comes to driving because they can't act fast enough when there's so many cars going in all different directions in big cities like Beijing. Does that mean they're bad drivers? No, because they drive in different cultures.
Chinese speak horrible English.
One big factor is that Chinese and English are two linguistic systems that are as different as languages can be. Crossing this chasm is not easy, especially when one gets older and is more ingrained with the mother tongue. Second is our educational system to blame. After all, most of us Chinese learn English not for communication, but to pass tests and getting certificates. So they may be good at passing English tests in school, but it's usually very hard for them to use the language in real life. Plus, whenever someone judges us with our bad English, there's always this little voice in my head that says, we don't expect non-Chinese to speak fluent Chinese. So why should the Chinese as a whole be expected to speak fluent English? This is what I have to put up with every day. To be honest, I feel really ashamed to hear those things when I first started traveling outside China. Sometimes it's not personal because I know that I'm not that barbaric as into eating cats and dogs. But sometimes it is personal when my husband says that I chat really loud with my mom, which can be annoying. And I have to admit I'm a horrible driver. I failed 3 times before passing the British driving lessons. But everyone wants to feel proud of his or her origin and the culture behind. So it took me years before these stereotypes sink in and to be able to laugh them off instead of feeling offensive and infuriating. After all, everybody uses stereotypes, and we can't change a stereotype easily, and we can't change how other people think. But I can control how I feel, and I'm doing my part sharing cultural differences and promoting diversity. And I also learned that oftentimes when people are rude to me, not because I'm Chinese, but because they're just rude. I'm Rui, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and see you next time.